Scout's first year of school is a disappointment. She's already a reader, so the daily routine of coloring and construction paper feels slow and repetitive, leaving her and her brother Jem looking for any kind of excitement. One afternoon, while walking home past the spooky Radley property, Scout noticed something odd. Tucked inside a knot in the wood of an old oak tree was a small hiding spot. She reached inside and pulled out 2 pieces of chewing gum. Even though she's suspicious, she ends up chewing them both. Jem is terrified the gum is a trap from the Radleys, but on the last day of school, they find something even better in the same tree, 2 highly polished pennies. When their friend Dill arrives for the summer, the 3 children are stuck with the same heat and the same boredom. To pass the time, they decide to invent a new game based on their neighborhood's biggest mystery. They start acting out the life of their neighbor, Boo Radley, using every piece of local gossip they've ever heard to build the performance. Touching the pennies and chewing the gum connects their play acting to the physical world. The Radley lot has stopped being a simple stage for their imagination. It's now a place where real objects appear in the dark. As the summer progresses, Jem and Dill start excluding Scout from their plans. They tell her she's becoming too much like a girl and leave her find her own entertainment. Scout begins spending her evenings with their neighbor, Miss Maudie, watching her work in her garden. Miss Maudie describes Boo as a quiet man with a sad history, rather than the monster from the children's ghost stories. Scout learns that his isolation isn't a supernatural mystery, but a choice made by a real person. Despite Miss Maudie's stories, the boys haven't given up. Scout catches them sneaking toward the Radley house with a folded piece of paper. They've attached the note to a long fishing pole, hoping to hook it onto a closed window shutter to get a message inside. Before they can finish, Atticus appears and catches them in the middle of the yard. He tells them plainly that they are to stop bothering Mr. Radley and stay off his property. Atticus uses a lawyer's trick to get them to admit what they were doing, and his stern tone changes the atmosphere. For the first time, their games start to feel like they are simply pestering a neighbor. It's the very last night of summer, and Jem and Dill have one final plan. They want to look through the Radley window to see if they can finally spot Boo. Scout is terrified, but she follows them into the dark yard anyway, because she's even more afraid of being left alone. They crawl through the garden, moving as quietly as possible through the shadows toward the back of the house. A shadow appears on the porch, followed by the deafening roar of a shotgun blast. Nathan Radley is shooting at what he thinks are intruders. The children scramble for their lives, sprinting back toward the safety of the fence as the neighborhood begins to wake up. The excitement of the raid vanishes. In its place is the realization that the Radley yard is a place where a person might actually get shot. During the escape, Jem gets his pants caught on the wire fence. He's stuck, and the adults are already coming outside. To get away, Jem has to wriggle out of his pants and leave them hanging on the wire, running home in his underwear. When the neighbors gather to discuss the gunshot, Dill covers for Jem by claiming they played poker for each other's clothes. Jem can't sleep knowing his pants are still on the fence. Late that night, he decides he has to head back to the Radley house alone to get the evidence before Nathan Radley finds it. He returns safely with the pants, but he is completely silent. He won't tell Scout what he saw or how he found them. Scout watches him lie in bed, trembling. He stays that way for a long time, staring at the ceiling in the dark. As the summer ends, the games about Boo Radley have lost their fun. Scout sees how quiet and shaken Jem has become, and she realizes that the Radley house holds secrets that make even her older brother afraid.